What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And if you're like me and you're tired of not just the Environmental Protection Agency, but the state of California running roughshod over the automotive industry, going crazy with all these emission systems and rules and regulations and stuff, and saying you can't do things with things that you purchase and you own, yeah, I agree with you. Well, I have some news for you. We have some really good news here, as it looks like the Supreme Court is about to take up another case. Now, if you didn't remember, if you don't remember, was it last year or last session of the court? They had the Chevron decision, or was that two sessions ago? It's been a little bit. They had the Chevron decision, which basically, or overturning of the Chevron doctrine, which basically nixed the EPA from being able to do what it's been regularly doing, fining people and screwing with people, and basically doing unconstitutional activity. Okay, so we go from that to California basically setting emission standards for all 50 states, because manufacturers are not going to make cars, well, unless you're Dodge, for 49 states and then have ones that are made for the 50th state. Most manufacturers are going to make vehicles for all 50 states, okay? So California had a de facto rule, thanks to the Obama administration, that allowed them to basically set the emission standards for the entire country. Well, that's about to get decided again in the courts, as it is clearly unconstitutional, and it will pull back all of California's teeth to any of their laws and their ability to set these emission standards. What happens at that point? Well, once the court rules, if it rules in favor of, the other 49 states, and it deems what California doing is unconstitutional, California kind of has two options. Could they continue to enforce laws in their state until the federal government, pushes federal supremacy and hits them for this BS emissions? Yes, but it also means that manufacturers just won't sell cars in California, period. And that's an untenable position to be in for the state of California. So what most likely happens is Supreme Court rules on this, California, and Gavin Newsom goes, oh, we tried, and things get back to normal. You get cheaper gas prices in California, common sense vehicles that aren't sky high because of these insanely expensive emission systems, and things get back to normal. Now, I was going to talk about some of the EPA stuff in this video, but we'll put that into another video. But with the EPA, I will say, is at least on the EPA side, with the EPA setting its guidance now of what's going on, and how, they're not enforcing any of these unconstitutional rules, regulations, or rules, guidelines. I don't want to say regulations, but guidelines that were put forward by former EPA administrators and staff that were fining companies, individuals, shops for doing, diesel deletes or defeat devices, defeat tunes, things of that nature. Now that that's happening, we're already seeing a change in the market when it comes to defeat devices. People are going YOLO and getting right back to it. The biggest news here, though, is how quick will the Supreme Court rule on this case that pulls back California's ability to set these emissions. Once that happens, I think we see a sea change in the entire automotive market. And with everything else that's going on right now with tariffs and how hard the Trump administration is pushing to get American-made, anti-EV, I mean, Tesla is winning here de facto, because as it's becoming more expensive for everybody else to make EVs, tax credits going out the window, things of that nature, Tesla's in a catbird seat to win. Some people would call that crony capitalism. I hear you, but they've already set the groundwork and built the infrastructure to be able to deal with this crap, and it costs money. Most manufacturers like Ford, GM, especially Stellantis, lose money on every electric vehicle they build. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in this case. I'd love to know what you guys think, though. Do you think if the Supreme Court does rule and they pull back California's ability to set those emission standards, how fast do you think we see the flip in the market? I think it's going to be quick. I just wonder if it's going to be like a 6-month turnaround, an 18-month turnaround, like how fast they're going to be able to throw that switch and get back to doing things that everybody else wants. Give this video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. 78% of you guys that watch these videos are not subscribed. You can smash that button for free. We're on the way to 165,000 subscribers, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys that watch these videos. But until next time, thank you guys very much for watching. We're waiting for a decision. As soon as it's made, you know we'll talk about it. Until next time, stay petty, my friends.